Welcome back to the Council of Jesters. Hey, I got that one right this time again, too. Yay, I get a cookie. With me, as always, is Jartron and King of
What's up?
Myths. Oh, okay.
Hello.
So, today, since it's getting closer to Spooky Month, I think in next week it's going to be Spooky Month. We will be.
Pretty much.
Yeah, starting a little bit early because fuck that, we want spooky. And we're going to allow King to tell us stories about the bad DMs that he had throughout his ordeals. He only covered like a few of those stories, so King, take it away.
I love that we're using this because, like, with the story of Ishmaelian Taurus who became Ishtar, I became the horror story. And
No,
then
you
the one
became
being
the glory
confident.
story.
I think it was a matter of perspective there.
Either way.
And then the other one was just how absurd of a DM can get with their ineptitude of the rules. Yes, roll every time you want to try and make a cantrip.
I mean, one of my previous DMs decided to make it so armor rating was damage reduction, which was god awful.
Yeah. And then there's the one DM that made my horror story where the DM say, "Hey, roll the miss. See if you miss, and if you hit him, you hit him."
Yeah, I don't have a lot of bad DM stories left. I have some stories about DMs making bad decisions. And one of the highlights of that was one of the DMs I played with. I found their group listed on Roll20.
Yeah.
If you didn't know that, Roll20 has a looking for groups section.
Oh, yeah, I figured I found a couple of groups that didn't fit myself.
Yeah,
so
this is back when 3.5 was still pretty prevalent before like 5e really took over. And they were playing 3.5. However, they decided to forgive all LAs. For those who don't know, LA means level adjustment. And this is something that's given to stronger starting packages. You can pick races, templates, or a mixture thereof to play your character. The more powerful the thing is, the higher the level adjustment. And this is basically buying things that have to be repaid with experience points. So let's say you have an LA of 5, you have to pay what would be up to level 5 worth of experience before you could go to level 2.
Oh.
But it's
So you pay
busted.
with XP to get what you want, right?
Yeah.
It's
So basically,
busted.
you're going into debt. You're going in negative EXP. So you're like, I have an LA of 5. I have to be level 6 before I'm level 2. Because that's the debt I took out from EXP to play this character.
Oh, no.
So
I guess
busted, though.
that could be very, very scary.
So forgiving that means you could play whatever you want and level up normally.
Yeah.
Which is why I keep on saying so busted.
Yeah, that is so busted.
So, unsurprisingly, everyone had absolutely broken characters that steamrolled through everything, and we only had 2 sessions before the Dungeon Master was like, I don't even know how to plan for this. I don't know how to evaluate how strong your guys are. Because not only did we have that, he gave us one... I can't remember what the rarities were. For its legendary, very rare, common, right?
Legendary, rare, very rare, uncommon, common, then I think base. I think.
Anyway, so he was like, you get 1 very rare item, 2 rare items, and 1 uncommon item. So, yeah.
The fuck?
Truly busted.
Truly busted, yes.
So my in-depth character was a sand giant, which was an LA of 14 by itself.
Oh no.
half Minotaur, which is a half LA, but it gives some ridiculous buffs like +4 con, +2 strength, +2 dex, minus on your int and wisdom, but who cares at that point?
Oh no.
And then I took Proto Beast, which is a level 0 template that also increases all your physical stats. However, it comes with a caveat that if you ever hit 0 HP, your character literally explodes and they can't be revived unless you have a higher tier resurrection spell.
Oh no.
I didn't really care about that because Sand Giant gives you +15 strength, +14 dexterity, +14 constitution, +10 wisdom, +6 intelligence, plus I think it's like 5 charisma.
Okay.
At will greater blur, immunity to heat and I think one other damage type of your choice.
God damn.
Uh-huh.
So you basically became. Ah, yes. Fuck that.
And then I also took the Beast of Legend. So that gave me Spell Turning Hide, Permanent Haste, Regeneration 3, Fast Healing 2, 2 more damage immunities of my choice, 2 condition immunities of my choice,
The fuck?
and then for shits and giggles, I also decided to throw on the Werebear template.
Of course, because of Werebear. Because bear.
So, at the end of everything, my level 1 character had 60 strength, around mid 50s constitution, same for dexterity. Somewhere around 16 intelligence and wisdom, and about the same charisma. My movement speed was, I think, 260.
That's the beyond, I think, a fucking battle map.
And I was
God damn.
considered a huge monster.
Oh god, that's scary.
Because Proto Beast gives you one size category up, and so does half Minotaur. So you are automatically upgraded, and Giant already sets you up so big. So yeah.
You're huge. Damn, boy, I can't see your knees.
Boy, shit thick.
And just because I wanted to go more absurd, I went with one of the prestige classes out of Fighter for Monster Hunter, which was based off of the video games. You could kill monsters and use their bits and pieces to make items.
You make pants out
Let's-
of their skin.
Let's
to
just say
make
I
better
killed, a
pants.
few Tarrasques and made some Tarrasque armor and Tarrasque weapons, so that was fun.
Yeah, you made Tarrasque pants. Damn. I bet that DM is like, I regret making this bed. I have to lay in it. Or did he lay into his bed? Or he's like,
Oh
"Fuck it,
yeah, again, like I said, we had 2 sessions, and he's like, you know what? I
fucked
can't
up."
do this. I have no idea how to balance anything. You guys are just so absurdly strong.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, for me, I have the opposite route. In Goblin Card, I have the opposite thing because I made my own little currency value rates. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Turns out Jar has like a fuck ton of darts.
Too many.
Too many darts. So I'm like, okay.
It's not even like. It's past absurd level of darts.
Yeah. If he made
But
a
to lean
dart,
into the
And I think that was just because I didn't want to do the math to figure out how many would be 1 gold.
yeah.
well, because it's like I think it's what a copper piece for 5 darts or something like that, right?
Yeah.
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 So you would just multiply that by 100.
Yeah, that's not what Loki did.
That's not what I did.
But anyway, to go on with the horror theme, the very first time I played Vampire the Masquerade, the DM actually was really good. It's
Oh.
just that he didn't really explain to me the intricacies of Vampire and how the game is more political, and you're supposed to be more like kind of like forethought and manipulative. But we already had like a people specialist and a technology person specialist in the group.
Makes sense.
So I was like, well, I should be the combat specialist because that's something that's not filled. And I didn't know anything about the game. So I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense because we already have all the skills covered. We need this covered.
Yeah, that's logical.
Yeah, that is
So
logical.
you probably picked either Bruja or Gangrel.
Yeah, I was Bruja with Portent
Oh.
and Celerity.
Fun fact: Mama Loki actually played Vampire the Masquerade. I think earlier edition.
So, for those who don't understand, back in the earlier editions of Vampire, which I think this was 3rd edition or revised, can't remember which one,
I think.
Celerity
Around there.
gives you turns before the turn order to the number of celerity you have. I had celerity 2. So I got 2 turns before the turn order.
Mm-hmm.
And with my Portent abilities, with the claws and being able to do fatal damage, and
Okay.
how I was spec'd into it, I critted on a 6 on the die.
They're like, dead.
And I was able to roll 6 dice every time I made an attack because of how I was specialized.
Dead. Your opponent's
And they
dead.
explode when you crit.
Right,
Into a
Vampire the
bloody
Masquerade uses a D8. There's no D20s.
It's a D10. The D10 system.
No. God.
Or at least it
that's-
was in that, but it might be D8 now. I haven't read the newest version, but back then it was a D10.
Yeah.
So 10s automatically explode. My number was 6 because of what I did. So I had a good chance of being able just to keep damage rolling.
You get an explosion. You get an explosion. You get an explosion of bloody mist.
So whenever we entered a combat, due to me not understanding things and the DM, storyteller, not really explaining to me that, I melted whatever was put up against us.
You explode. You explode. And you explode. Everyone explodes.
It was absurd. And at one point, the storyteller actually pulled me aside and said, dude, because of the build that you have set up for your guy, because I put down notes and I had everything streamlined. Again, I was learning the game, so I was running everything through them and making sure I was doing things correctly. He's like,
Yeah.
everything that I have set up, you're just going to melt. The only way that I could put a challenge for you specifically, without including the others of your group, is if I had you fight one of the vampire lords.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
He's like, no
Damn.
joke. By 2 more levels, you would melt the current ruler of the city you're in.
It's normal.
Damn.
Well, so your stats are based off of between 0 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
0 means you can't do it, period.
Okay.
5 means you are the best at it.
Makes
So, like, if you have a 5 in strength, you're not
bench
just
them.
picking up cars,
You're chucking them?
you're yeeting them for funsies.
I yeet the car into the moon.
Effectively.
That's funny.
It is a very weird power dynamic.
Not as weird as Mutant and Masterminds. That was weird.
I was actually about
Back
to go
when
into
I
that.
started making a character for Vampire the Masquerade, because we never actually got to play the game, one of the people decided to back out, and it would have just been DM and 2 other people, which isn't nearly as fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bring up. Sorry, go on.
I managed to take one of the flaws you can get and make it into a really big bonus.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So it made it look like I was a normal human to other vampires via aura.
Oh no.
And I made myself way more ancient than I should have been, really.
That's kind of close to what I did. I was actually a level 5, which is the highest you can be when you're doing character creation, at least back then. And my flaw was man out of time because my character got not like and put into a forced sleep. So they were like several thousand years out of like touch with the world around them.
Damn.
I set up my character to have a 3-star hotel chain, a ghoul to run it for me, so I didn't have to do anything. I just had money.
Oh, fuck you, money. Yes, let's go.
And my character appeared to be his adopted daughter.
Damn.
So one of the flaws I took would make it so any normal vampire would kill me on sight. So I got the aura ability that made me look like a human to other vampires. It straight up made me look like a human child to a vampire. Well, like 12-year-old. While I was just running fuck you money and, yeah, being a douche.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, kind of rolling what we were talking about, Loki. The first time I played Mutants and Masterminds, again, I had no idea what I was doing, and everyone was picking what they wanted to play. And I was like, okay, well, I always favor magic casters whenever I'm starting something new.
Oh,
Magic's where I'm comfortable at. It fits my flexibility. My mind just revolves around that and stuff of that nature.
Yeah.
So I was looking through the book. I found the magic, and it's like 2 paragraphs, and it explains it nothing.
You do whatever the
So I
fuck
was
you want.
like-
You can have the Excruciatus curse from fucking Harry Potter as a spell.
So I was like, hey, Game Master, what is the limitations of magic? And he's like, reading it together, he's like, well, basically you can do whatever the hell you want. But to make this more balanced, I'm going to make it where you only get as many spells per day as your rank in it. I was like, okay, that's fine. So I put everything into magic and artificery.
Okay.
So I have 20 magic, 20 artificery, and some decent stats. I cheapened both of them by making them noticeable and loud. Like, whatever, who cares?
Boom.
And it is so ridiculously broken because everything I needed to do that was working with both magic and artificery, like if I was trying to make some kind of magic item or something, I was rolling with plus 40 because the skills added together.
Yeah. My first ever time playing Mutants and Masterminds was when a friend of mine was like, hey, you want to play that? I'm like, okay. I made Luffy. Monkey D. Luffy, yes. I made him. With all the gears. Minus Gear 5. That wasn't out when that happened, when I was making him. When that happened, I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to be making that next rank. And it gave him all the hockeys, too. That was fun. It was stupid, too.
Yeah, sounds like it. But that's pretty much everything I can think of that was like tied to like goofy or horror related stories or anything of that nature. The only other funny thing I can really remember from my time playing is in 3.5, Dragon Breath and most dragon abilities are considered magic.
Oh, gods.
So if you hypothetically have the ability to produce an anti-magic field, which back in 3.5 had ability that anyone knew the password for, it wasn't affected by it. Yeah. So you could just tell your teammates what the password is and they're not affected by your magic. You could just cripple any dragon fight.
The dragon's gonna use his breath. No, DM, nope. That's magic, so he doesn't affect my anti-magic field. So, yeah, bye dragon breath. Like, fuck!
Oh, he's going to use his draconic presence. Well, actually, you see in the rule book, it's actually labeled as a spell ability. So, yeah, no.
Fuck that shit.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. His aura. That's how you deflate a DM so fast in those older
And
editions.
I thought my DM that couldn't hit me was salty. Just not being able to affect you with pretty much anything decent.
Yeah, 3.5 was the Wild West. There was some horrific stuff in there, like negative energy beam. That was like ridiculous amount of damage, and I think also it lowered your level, like your player level.
Yeah.
Fucked your day up.
Fuck everything.
Still not as bad as 2E.
Oh no. What happened?
Thaco can go eat a dick.
Thaco can go eat a dick.
Oh god, I
So
don't wanna
Loki,
know.
with how Thaco could work, you could be butt naked, laying on the floor, and they would probably have a 20% chance of hitting you.
The fuck?
Yeah, there was no advantage. There was no you get +2 because they're prone. It was based on your stats and your gear. And stats could get really fucking stupid.
That's what I'm talking about.
They made your AC lower. So Thaco means to hit armor class at 0. So you had to do some math. It's like their number plus subtracted from your number had to equal 0 to hit. I think I can't remember. It's been so long since I.
So there was no meets it, beats it, or go above it.
Thaco means the lower the better for armor class instead of the higher.
Yeah.
So if you had a armor Thaco score of like -5, it was scary.
That is scary. And for those who don't know, I got into D&D through 5e and fucking Unexpectables, but god damn, that's scary.
Yeah, Thaco fucking sucks.
Damn.
I'm thankful I've never actually played a D&D tabletop style. The only reason I know of Thaco is a game I had on PC when I was younger that ran off of a D&D.
Ooh.
I love the story, but the game is bullshit hard if you're shit at D&D 2.0.
Okay. There were, I think I told you guys a story about Joe and how he got a mind weakness. Yeah, see, that's why. Okay. Real quick, Joe is a totem warrior bear barbarian. So he went full bear. And he wanted to brew beer. However, I haven't told you guys the story how he somehow befriended a black dragon and then somehow got a fucking belt of dwarven kind, so he has the beard, and a belt of hill giant strength. He wears like a fucking wrestler's belt, championship belt. You guys want to hear that?
3.5 was really fucking stupid with magic items. I do appreciate 3.5 magic items a lot more. You didn't have to attune them. You just had
equipment slots. Yeah, you had equipment slots.
Well,
you had one head, one body, the 2 feet, legs, 2 rings, and I think
earrings,
that was it.
Bracers or bracelets.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have a cloak.
You want to know what the funny thing is? Joe had a cloak of protection, ring of mind protection, ring of enlarge and reduce, or reduce.
So if I actually remember correctly from the rules, I think unless the cloak or ring of protection were different levels, they cancel each other one out because I don't think you can benefit from the both of them.
Way my DMs did it was it's stacked.
Oh, that's broken. Granted, 5th edition allows it if as long as they don't take the same, as long as you have the attunement slots.
Funny thing is, we forgot to track those too.
The reason I say this is so an artificer, one of the unique abilities they have is if an item, if you have multiples of the same item, they can attune to all of them.
Damn.
So if you have 16 arms of propulsion, which is a prosthetic limb, your character would have 16 prosthetic limbs.
Oh no, it's Spider-Man all over again. But with more legs.
I think arm of propulsion is rocket fisting.
I like that, the way you put it. But yeah, time to rocket punch. Rocket punch!
No, I call it rocket fisting because I decided to go as evil as I could with a monk artificer hybrid.
Oh god. Well,
Yeah.
going back with Joe, he was a little angry football that can enlarge himself by flicking a ring on his middle finger. That was the ring of reduce and enlarge. So he became the normal size of a. We considered him to be normal size as a Dragonborn, so he looked like a Dragonborn slightly. And then the beard of Dwarven kind gave him like those dreadlock hair things that normal Dragonborns have, but under his chin and whatnot. And the belt of Hill Giant strength. This flat out gave him a 20 in strength. So he had that as a wrestling belt. And he had, I think, bracers of protection, a ring of protection, and a cloak of protection with his pelt of the, I think, the barbarian war pelt. So he kept all his weapons in there. I think you guys saw the barbarian war pelt thing. That also required attunement.
Well, I don't have any more stories. At least that fits with the theme.
No, trust me, Joe got into disgusting ways. I think he somehow got an ancient green dragon drunk once.
It's better than my group before I met King. So I don't mind people who choose to be feminist and whatnot. But when most of the group is dudes and you decide to be a feminazi, like at one point I heard her say men should die. That was not okay.
She would not like
Yeah,
that.
I refuse to talk to her to this day.
Damn.
She decided to try and get a TPK on our party.
The fuck?
She found a baby black dragon.
Oh god.
And wanted to tame it.
Oh no.
It did not go well.
That I can see that. That's kind of bullshit.
My character in this particular party, at the time was had like 3 spells, and none of them were. Well, all of them were lightning related. I found a homebrew class called Teslamancer, and straight up, I was just shooting lightning bolts.
Oh god, I feel bad for you. Well, yeah, I feel bad. Your stories are far worse than mine in general.
The DM had to retcon that because she cried that the baby black dragon decided to eat her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. Just damn.
And then instead of learning the fucking lesson, tried it again.
Oh, fuck that bullshit. that's a rock. That's a titanium skull right there, my friend.
Yeah. It's this entire this group 99% of the issues was caused by her.
Oh God, it sounds worse than the bard that King told us last time we did this.
Yes. DM was great. The other party member was fun.
You still
I was
talk to
playing
them?
with my wife as well. I still talk to the DM. I don't talk to the other guy because he was like, well, it's not too bad that she was going feminazi. I'm going, dude, I heard her say men should die. I'm not going near that.
Oh, he was a sympathizer, most likely trying to get into their pants, in my opinion.
Except for she was very, very verbally lesbian.
Oh, okay, then he's a dumbass.
If he was trying to get in her pants, I feel bad for him.
Same.
But so blatant furry, like, fought with the DM to make a werewolf race,
Oh God.
and then decided to make a NPC into Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil 8, I think.
Village.
Village, I think it was 8 Village.
I think it was
the same
7.
thing.
Eh.
I think 7 was Biohazard.
I think I'm not sure. Anyway,
But it's like 99% of the issues of this campaign came from her.
I met a couple of furries. Some of them were chill people. Like, oh God, I hate when, and they talk about like people like that. Like they don't deserve. Like, oh God, I feel bad for those people who new players that are talking to her. Hopefully, she find a
Like, honestly,
Adequate
I don't
training.
have anything against the whole furry community.
Same here.
No problem. I mean, I grew up with the anthropomorphized characters on TV, and I found a couple of them hot. But when you're going out of your way to do this in game, just trying to fulfill your
Weird
fantasies, it's not okay.
Yeah.
My character in this campaign married a dragon. Want to know what our conversation was?
What?
Want to get married? Cool. Like, that was it.
Like, hey, you want to get married? Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Like, when the DM decided to do a after story after we completed the campaign, my character and the dragon had one kid.
Okay.
My character was immortal. Like, live forever immortal.
Oh,
I had one kid
makes sense.
with said dragon, and honestly, it was just kind of like a, fuck it, why not?
Let's see what we make.
Yeah.
And the DM was you okay that with the DM and everything, right?
Yeah, we had this conversation.
Okay. And then the
We didn't go into depth of what we did with the kid or what
We raised it
the
right.
moments leading up to the kid. I mean, I lived in hell.
You raised it evilly.
Actually, no, my character was chaotic good. And the
raised it
dragon was
chaotic.
a copper dragon.
You raised it chaotically.
Yes. My character also became the king of his race because he was the last one. He was the only one able to procure the item needed to keep them alive.
Okay. Well, I think this conversation is boiling down. So, with that all said and done, thank you for watching. I have been Loki.
Well,
This
I
has
do have
been-
one thing to add.
Oh no! What?
King comes back.
He come back with a vengeance.
I didn't want to interrupt the story.
Eh.
I also had some coughing fits, but anyway. You talking about a TPK made me think of one of the funniest accidental TPKs I was ever a part of. So I was DMing, and the party procured a bunch of explosives. A whole bunch.
Oh no.
So in the setting, I had two different types of explosives that were magically created. There was spark powder, which was managed and maintained by the Mages Guild, and it did 1d8 points of fire and thunder damage per half pound.
Oh no.
Then there was the explosion known as Boom Boom Juice that was made by Sir Thomas, a royal alchemist who's renowned for his chaotic experiments.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
And a single potion vial did a d10 worth of thunder damage.
Damn.
They bought a 30-gallon barrel of Boom Boom Juice.
Oh no. Wait, is this
And
the same story where they lit up a methane pipe and exploded?
No, separate group. Separate group.
Okay, separate group.
And they had a crate of 55 pounds of spark powder.
Oh no.
Yeah. And the only person who could carry this, because they never invested into any bags of holdings or anything, was their barbarian. So on the barbarian, he had the crate and was carrying the giant barrel of Boom Boom Juice.
Oh god.
They got involved with trying to track down this ring of magic users that were expelled from the Mages Guild for trying to use magic in harmful ways for against people in the city. They became bandits and were robbing people and stuff of that nature. They tracked them down and they engaged in combat. Well, all the group was gathered together in one spot, and one of the mages was going like, we need to do something quick and run away because they have so many marshals and we need to maintain distance. So they threw a fireball at them.
Oh god.
For that barbarian, he was in the center of all of that boom boom.
So yeah, I was like, all right, so they cast fireball in the center of the group. Everyone makes deck saves after everything. The barbarian's like, hey, DM. I'm like, yeah, I'm carrying the Boom Boom Juice and the spark powder. I'm like, oh, you are carrying all that. So I was like, okay, let's do the math.
Time for math.
So half a pound of spark powder is 2d8s. So 55, you just double it real quick. Then you would times that by 2 again. So that's 220 d8s right there.
Oh no.
And we all did some rough estimations like how much a potion vial would be. We all agreed on 8 ounces.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Which I think is also the same amount of a cup. If I remember correctly, right? It's like 8 ounces for a cup.
I think so.
And like, okay, so then there's like, I think it's like 6 cups and it's 8 cups in a gallon, right? Or something like that.
I forgot, to be honest.
But anyway, so we're like, okay.
Tell you.
But so we're like, okay, it's 8. So we're like, okay, you have 30 gallons. So we're like, okay, 30 times 8. And that's 240. So it's 240 plus 220. So it's 240 D10 plus 220 D8.
That's a small nuke.
So as soon as the fireball lands, it goes off. And then an even bigger explosion happens, causing a new lake to form and killing everyone instantaneously, including the mage who cast the spell.
It's just this scene from fucking Terminator where the nukes go off, and that lady's like, "Oh shit!" and then she just turns into a skeleton and falls down.
Yeah, it was just like a 2-minute silence. As it was like, well,
You got the
that
job
happened.
done. Were all the players mad or anything, or like, yeah, we saw that
I
coming?
think everyone was more bemused, just like shocked. And then it became like, well, that was bound to happen. We were carrying explosives out in the open, and fire damage is one of the most common used spells in the game. So, like, this was something that was bound to happen.
But we were expecting to use it on something else. But damn, you made a new lake and like boom. Oh, well, those guys blew up. What do you mean? What do you mean? Well, look at that. That's a mushroom cloud. Yeah, that's a mushroom cloud.
Yeah, the nearby town was like, oh my god, the world's ending, feeling that earthquake. Look at that.
Mushroom cloud. Waiting for the fallout. Nothing happens. But yeah, I think that's it. Should be a good end of the telling of stories.
Yeah, that's all I had is this jar talking about that. It's like, oh, yeah, that's one of the actually really funny TPK stories I have, just because of the sheer what the hell.
It was funny though. But that all said and done, and before anything else, anyone has any more stories? Okay, none. Okay, I have been Loki. This has been Jartron. And this has been King. And the last words for our audience, guys.
All right, we'll point and laugh.
We are in
Put
your
your
walls.
explosive somewhere where they won't get touched by fire.
That is also true.
That is a good idea.
And we are out. It's nice talking to you guys.